Hi, welcome if you're new here, and welcome back as we journey around the world together. We are on Royal Caribbean's ultimate world cruise, literally circumnavigating the globe over 9 months. And today is day 218 on board, and we are stopping at our 100th port. So that's something to celebrate. And what better way to celebrate than in Palma de Mallorca, Spain? And if you haven't been to Palma, they shortened it and nicknamed it Palma. You have to put Palma on your bucket list. First of all, this area of Spain is, and the sail in and the first sight of what you see on the harbor literally will take your breath away. Like, it gives me goosebumps just knowing what I'm fixing to tell you and show you. It is truly remarkable. So, welcome to Palma. And yeah, welcome to Palma. We'll roam charming Spanish streets, visit bustling markets, savor incredible food, and of course, standing in awe before the legendary Seu Cathedral. Seu has a natural phenomenon that only occurs twice a year. And it is, like, when you think phenomenon, it is a legit phenomenon. This is so cool. Wait until I tell you about this. Palma, the capital of the Balearic Islands, has a fascinating history dating back to 124 BCE. Nestled on the southwestern coast of Mallorca, it boasts an incredible spot on the stunning Mediterranean Sea. And of course, its true icon is Seu Cathedral. Breathtaking, surreal, Seu doesn't just dominate the skyline, it commands it, all while glowing with its Mediterranean backdrop. I am not overselling this. This is so stunning. Let's talk about Seu, the crown jewel of Palma. It's not just a cathedral, it's an architectural masterpiece steeped in history and symbolism. So remember I said there's a natural phenomenon that goes on in Seu? The piece de resistance is this, the golden eye. But we'll come back to that. Built on the site of a former Moorish mosque, Seu symbolizes Mallorca's transition from Islamic to Christian rule in 1229. Construction began on the cathedral in 1230 and took nearly 400 years to complete. Its 14 Gothic columns soar 144 feet high, supporting the intricate vaulted ceiling. The cathedral is so vast it can hold up to 10,000 people at once, a reflection of its importance both spiritually and as a community hub. One of the most beautiful parts of Seu is the Chapel of the Virgin Mary, dedicated to Our Lady of Hope, the patron saint of Mallorca. The chapel contains the Virgin of Step, a 13th century wooden carving. It's said to be the first depiction of the Virgin Mary in the cathedral. Even Gaudi left his mark here. He reimagined parts of the interior, including a striking wrought iron canopy above the altar. Take note of what this looks like, this section of the cathedral that Gaudi had his hands in, because this type of imagery or design or art that you see is what we'll see a ton of when we get to Barcelona. And he's definitely polarizing. Some people love him. Some people don't love him. We'll leave it at that. It's not for everyone, but definitely just unique and different, so we can give him that. I would be interested to know whether you're a Gaudí fan or if not so much. Put it in the comments. Okay, I know I've teased you with this whole phenomenon, golden eye, that Le Sceau has. So it's time. This is going to blow your mind, or it blew my mind at least. I just think the forethought in building these cathedrals, we've seen them all over the world, and just the artistry and the construction and the time and limited tools and resources to build these massive cathedrals that we don't see anymore, by the way, is just something to really be humbled and admire. And what they did here in Le Sceau is just so crazy cool. One of the cathedral's most spectacular features is its rose window, also known as the Gothic eye. Measuring 39 feet in diameter and composed of 1,236 stained glass pieces, it's one of the largest rose windows in the world. Okay, here's the phenomenon part. Twice a year, on February 2nd and November 11th, the rising sun aligns perfectly with the eastern rose window. The sunlight projects a dazzling rainbow pattern onto the western wall, creating the illusion of two interlocking circles, a symbolic figure 8 or the infinity symbol. This extraordinary phenomenon is a testament to the architectural precision and the way Le Sceau harmonizes with natural light and cosmic alignments. Okay, y'all, really? Like, how crazy cool is that? The sun literally reflects down and creates an illusion of the infinity symbol. One of the coolest things. We've seen so many cool things, but oh my gosh, it's gotta be in the top 20. Yeah, just so crazy cool. Le Sceau is not just a cathedral. It's a masterpiece that commands admiration, evoking a sense of wonder and reverence. It's a sight that lingers in your memory long after you've walked away. And you can tell, I just was so taken by this sail in and seeing this huge cathedral in the most prominent spot on the Mediterranean. And it's such an extraordinary structure, and it's so beautiful and has such an incredible story and phenomenon, and just, yeah, it was a wow factor for sure. After Le Sceau, I'm not sure anything else will compare, but we fall in love with Palma's vibrancy and charm. This city truly has it all: history, beauty, and a warm, welcoming atmosphere. Okay, so funny fun fact, a F cubed. There's a lot of pineapple symbolism in Palma. You see pineapples everywhere. They're actually even in Le Sceau, the cathedral. And I just think that that's such a juxtaposition between pineapples on cruise ships. So if you don't know what I'm talking about with pineapples, I'll just let you Google it. But there's a whole story with pineapple symbolism, and it couldn't possibly be any different. I guess kind of it's connected, because the pineapple symbolism here in Palma is hospitality and just welcome, and you're welcome here, which after you Google pineapple, you'll pineapples and cruise ships, you might see the connection, but I just thought it was funny. Next, we wander through the Mercat de L'Olivar, Palma's largest indoor market. These markets never get old. If I have a video of a market, I have 1,000 videos of markets around the world. I absolutely love these markets. First of all, you can get a whole bunch of different food. The vendors are always so friendly and so willing to share their stories, their food samples. It's such a vibrant experience. There's so much going on. There's usually a lot of locals. It's just such a cool experience. Many times they have food stalls within the markets, which make them even more cool, because the vendors could have like little like spots at their stalls to serve food, or there could be actually chefs making food, or full-blown restaurants. But we've had just some incredible food experiences right in these markets, and they're usually very reasonably priced because you're getting it right from the source, right there to your plate. This Mercat de L'Olivar is a feast for the senses. It's fresh produce, vibrant seafood, tapas bars. In fact, this is one of the markets that we ate at. We stopped for tapas at a restaurant called Con Ami. It was, you know, we could just pull up our chairs right to it, and you could tell they were locals on their lunch break, and the food was incredible. And it was funny because one of the items that we chose, they're tapas, right? So smaller little portions. And one of the things we ordered several. And one of the things we ordered was this Mallorcan salad, call it a salad. Basically looked a little bit like salsa. It was the freshest tomatoes in the most incredible olive oil and salt, and these peppers. So I'm zooming in on the picture. I'm looking up Spanish peppers, and I'm trying to match like the color of the peppers, because I want to make this at home. It was so good. I can taste it still today. So I'm going through this whole process trying to figure out what these peppers are, and I finally ask the chef or the waiter. They're kind of all the same people, and I'm trying to explain to him in my English, and he's trying to understand in his limited English. I'm trying to see what this pepper is, and long road we get to. It's a green pepper, straight up green pepper. Now, I think their green peppers might be a little different than our green peppers because it just didn't look the same. Ours are usually thick. It just wasn't the same. But I will play around with it because it was so good. I have so many of like different food that we've eaten that I just want to come back home and try in my own kitchen, and this one, the Mallorca salad, is one of them. I'm actually gonna Google it. Maybe I can Google a recipe and find out like specifically what peppers they use. Didn't even think of that. Anyway, incredible food, some local beers. Yeah, these markets never get old. They're always the heartbeat to any city. Palma was one of the first cities in Spain to have an electricity grid, lighting its streets as early as 1901. And Palma has an underground river called Sa Riera, and it runs beneath the city. Historically, it's caused several floodings before being diverted in the 17th century. One standout building is the Grand Hotel, completed in 1903. This architectural gem is a shining example of the Catalan Art Nouveau. Its ornate facade, adorned with sculptures and ceramics, makes it one of the most striking buildings on the island. Palma just left us spellbound. We were just running around like little kids here in Palma, seeing the streets, seeing the shops, seeing the market, seeing Lasso, and being able to walk right from the cruise ship to it. It was a beautiful day. It was so young and vibrant. Oh, absolutely loved Palma. And I would go back and do this area of Spain over and over and over again. Put it on your bucket list. Our only regret here in Palma is that we aren't here overnight. You could just feel the vibe of it, that it would just be such a fun city to be in at night. And honestly, that's probably our biggest complaint of the Ultimate World Cruise, is that we didn't have enough and more overnight stops. We understand porting overnight. There's just a lot that goes along with that, but hopefully World Cruise 2 will have a lot more overnights, because yeah, it's just such a different experience to be anywhere at night. And some of these ports, yeah, we'd roll in the morning. But it's a sweet goodbye, because we know what's up tomorrow is July 9th, and July 9th is Barcelona, and Barcelona is the World Cup game of Spain versus France in Barcelona at night, overnight, and we are so excited. So yeah, good segue for don't forget to subscribe, because you want to make sure that you see all that Spain brings us. And we are off to Morocco and then back to France, and I keep leading up to France again because we have a stop in France that is drop the mic. That's so crazy cool. So thank you so much for sharing Palma with me, and I hope that you went on a little journey with us through this incredible city. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I would love to hear your comments. If you've been to this area of Spain, if you've been to Palma and what you thought of it, just any comments about the video, be sure to put them in the comments below. And yeah, I'm gonna see all of you superstar football fans in Barcelona tomorrow. Bye for now.
Gracias.
Just bread. Cheers.